Hey everybody, welcome to Geekoholics Anonymous, episode 279. I'm your host Rico, here with my co-host
Dane Cody.
Diggity Dane. Cody and I get together once a week, talk about video games, TV, movies, and or whatever the hell we like. Welcome everyone, welcome episode 279. If you've never been here before, we usually start the show with our BS section, which we are knee deep in. Getting a little bit of housekeeping, our What You've Been Playing section, where we talk about what games Dane and I have been playing since last we chatted, our news and stuff, public service announcements, and free for all section, which is empty right now, but I should add something there. And yeah, that's about it. We're here every week. We're a podcast first and foremost, so we tend to try to ignore the chat, but sometimes I get sucked into it like a fly into those zapper things.
Honey.
No, the zapper things. I guess fly to honey works too. But we also stream live on Twitch, twitch.tv/geekaholics every Wednesday night around 8:30 Pacific time, plus or minus, if you want to see these beautiful, handsome mugs live and direct. If not, obviously we're available where all Piggity podcasts are distributed. So, Dane.
Yo, yo, yo.
Before I get into housekeeping, do you have any BS you'd like to add to the BS section? Anything exciting to report? Just pretty chill around here. It's fucking November.
No. This time next week, we will have had our first new console. I'm very excited. Yeah, so
we might
this
have
time, 1 week from now, the Series X will be out, and we will be 1 day away from the PlayStation 5. So I'm excited about that. We're 2 weeks away from AMD releasing their new video card, so that's also exciting, and we'll finally have real numbers for that. So yeah,
new CPUs are tomorrow.
New CPUs tomorrow.
So when you're listening to this podcast live, if you're building a fancy computer, you get that good old Zen 3 goodness today.
Yeah.
Today.
So
I called Memory Express and like, you guys know anything? And they're like, no, and even if I did, I'd be NDA'd, so I can't say anything.
Oh, come on. I have a hard time believing that they couldn't tell you, like, yes, we're going to have them tomorrow or not.
I'm sure we'll have people lined up. He's like, we had people lined up at 1 a.m. for the 3070 launch last week. And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, ugh.
Wow.
And they didn't have any 3070s. What a kick in the fucking nuts. Like, how dumb are you? Haven't these people learned?
Yeah. So, well, I guess at some point in the next 12 hours, there will be I mean, I don't even want to call them pre-orders, but orders, I'm assuming, will go live.
I work in town tomorrow, so I might be able to swing by, but I won't be able to partake in lineup bullshit. If they magically have them, I'll pick one up. If they don't, I'll probably just end up getting one off of Amazon. Apparently, the pre-orders go live at like 9 a.m. or something.
Oh.
Eastern
Which
time.
Which is weird because they're like...
I haven't seen official word, but that's the rumor on the street.
Yeah. No, that's fair. It's exciting. So either way, it's exciting.
I gotta figure out what all-in-one I want to go with it, but I haven't figured that out.
Yeah.
Because they're all so cool. And
well,
I'm not
I guess
looking
you got
forward
something
to
think
having
about.
to tear the whole case apart to install the damn thing either.
I was just gonna say now you're gonna have to do all that, and like I totally would have. If it was me and I was you, I would have had those guys when you had it built. I would have got them to build it with that. So all you had to do was pop that off, swap the processor, pop it in. I feel like that was one of those you made a mistake.
Oh, well, I've done it before. I've done it like multiple times. It's not too difficult.
Oh, I know.
I've never front mounted one, and I want to front mount it.
That's how I have mine.
I want to take out the case fans that came in and put it in the front. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then
that's like I said, that's how I have mine mounted. So
anyway, whatever. I got to modify the case to do that because it's not set up for that. It's set up for a top mount. Like,
okay.
Oh well, that'll be an afternoon wasted. So.
Yep.
Anything else exciting?
Oh, make sure to get yourself some like good thermal paste, man.
Just like just use some hair gel, right? Like that's cool.
Obviously, I mean, yeah, that's the
Just
best
any
thermoconductor.
kind of paste, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's cheap, isn't it? It's like $5 or $10 or something.
Yeah.
Dane is, for audio listeners, I guess he's got a vial hiding by. Oh, there you go.
Cryonaut.
That's
what you want,
like
man.
sealed.
Yeah, because I bought it and I need to put it on my processor, but I've been too lazy.
Oh, you haven't done it since you last updated.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I figure when I get my new video card at some point in the near future, then I'll do both. So,
Do we want to talk? Do we want to talk about some of the fun stuff I have here today? Is that BS, or should I save that for free for all?
Sure, save it for free for all.
Maybe I'll do it for what you've been playing.
Let's get into this.
I got a bunch of goodies here. So, housekeeping. Let's get out of the BS day and get into the housekeeping. Let's start the show proper. Remember to join the Discord server, Geekoholics.com/Discord, like so many of the Russian bots have. Or people hoping to win the contests. The Watchdog Legions. Man, this brought a lot of traffic. I will say a few people have entered that one. I will pick a winner for that next week, and I will hopefully have a new contest for next week.
Ooh.
What will it be?
Fancy.
No. What will it be? Nobody knows. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm really hoping something magical happens, because there's this magic scenario that I don't want to talk about because I don't want to jinx it. And if it happens, we're going to have like a super amazing giveaway. Regardless, we'll have a cool new giveaway, whatever the next one is, but we might have a super duper like fucking mind-blowing giveaway.
Ooh.
But it just depends how things go. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Good vibes, everyone. Let's hope it happens.
Sweet.
But yeah, Geekoholics.com/Discord. Geekoholics.com/contest to find the link to enter our Watchdog Legion contest. Maybe I won't run it until next week. Maybe I'll pick a winner over the weekend or something and announce it on the next show. But yeah, check out that link to figure out how to enter that. And then our winner for the final copy of Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on PlayStation 4 is, drum roll please, Jukebox Baby.
Whoa!
Congratulations. You
Very
won.
nice.
It was, to be honest, it's the first time I've ever drawn a winner using that stupid Gleam.io app.
Okay.
Without having to like toss it, like invalidate it for someone like, you know, in freaking Timbuktu
from Russia
or the Middle East, or like people just don't read the contest rules. It's North America only.
Right.
It's the first time ever in any contest drawing that I haven't had to like kick out like a couple like contest accounts or like fake accounts.
Right.
Which is kind of nice. And
that's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. So congratulations, Juke. I will send you the code when through Discord. Probably will be the easiest when I have a chance. Probably after we record.
Sweet.
And yeah, that's it. Let's get into what you've been playing, shall we, Dane?
Yeah.
We can't talk about anything we've been playing. It's that time of year.
I literally cannot talk about anything I've been playing, actually.
Yeah. So it's that time of year. We got a couple big hitters going on right now. On next podcast, we'll definitely have some. You'll know soon enough what we're playing. I hate. It's so annoying that you can't talk about it at all. Like even say we have it, which is kind of lame. It's just bad.
Yep.
It's bad timing with when we're recording. But we will definitely have some impressions on some of obviously this winter's biggest titles. That's about
I will
all
say,
I can say.
I did play on, was it Monday night? I did play about an hour or so of Watch Dogs Legion again on PC.
Yeah, I played a little more. I
will say they dropped a
update.
hotfix patch on Friday. That seemed to have helped my performance. Is definitely that it helped my performance. It's still not awesome, but it definitely seemed to help.
That game's
like
taxing.
smooth out. Yes, and I mean I know that I'm not the only one.
Oh no,
I was
it's
on the Reset Era forums, and like dudes with 3080s and 3090s were like, "What the fuck? How
it's
am I not able to play this game at 4K with like
yeah,
shit turned on?"
they're
And I was
playing like
like,
4K 30.
so then I didn't feel as bad when I wasn't able to
There's a huge
turn it
improvement
up.
though with the new NVIDIA drivers and the update.
Yeah,
I
so
will.
AMD had already they had already released game ready drivers for it, so I wasn't waiting on those.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was the patch that they dropped on Friday was definitely helpful.
Yeah, NVIDIA released
Rumor is
the.
there's another fairly large patch coming
Oh, I don't doubt it.
before the new consoles drop, like next week, I think they were saying, which
Makes
I'm
sense.
hoping will also help. Um, so it seems to have like evened out a lot of the frame rates that I was like seeing, like those crazy spikes.
Did you do the benchmarking app?
Yes.
It's
Yeah, no,
pretty.
I
It's
ran the
pretty good.
benchmarks. It's not indicative of what your game's going to run like at all, I found.
Oh, really?
It's a great benchmark, don't get me wrong, like it's helpful in that regard, but like the first time, so before the patch, like when I ran it, I was it said I was my average on that benchmark was like almost 60 frames a second. It was like 55 for running like what was it like very high and at the resolution that I game at, which is 1440p. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that seems pretty good. Like I'll leave that there." And like it was virtually like the first little bit of the game, like when I first started it up and I played the opening mission, it was fine. It was pretty much exactly in line with that. But as soon as it actually opened up into the full open world and I was driving around, I was getting like 20, 30, 40 frames a second if I was lucky. So like it was not indicative at all of the actual game, which was really frustrating actually. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
think that area is quite like that's not. I think that section is just not like an open world section. Like so, it performs more like a linear scripted like adventure game.
Yeah, their benchmark like they should have done a way better job of like doing their benchmark in an open world section or something, because what I saw of that benchmark was like,
Hmm.
oh, this is cool. I'm glad I get a number out of it,
Yeah,
but
that
not indicative of performance in the actual
I've
game,
done
like
that. I've done that
at
mission
all.
in the game, so it's weird.
Yeah.
I
So,
got mine tweaking some stuff like, um, I just
well, like I said, that was pre-patch.
yeah,
Now that I've benchmarked it, the other night when I benchmarked it, I was getting like upwards of around 70 in the benchmark,
yeah. That's
which I
my.
know I'm not seeing. Like again, I know that's not what I'm getting on average when I'm driving around and
It's
shit.
dipping. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty ecstatic with how well it plays now. Like I've like 70s my minimum. I'm like upwards over 100 with like everything on ultra and
I mean, I
RTX
would hope
on,
so with a 3080.
and with
Like,
RTX on. So it's pretty.
is that with DLSS?
Yes. Um, with
Yeah.
it off,
That's what I would expect.
it's not a huge boost if you turn it off, but it looks amazing and plays so well. So it looks like
Right.
it looks fantastic and it plays well. So I did also play a little more of that, but then obviously got some new stuff and it was like, okay, I'm moving along. I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen what this trick pony can do now. Because
Yeah.
I think I'm like 15 hours, maybe closer to 20 hours into Watch Dogs. So I'm just like,
Right.
I've liberated like maybe half the areas or disrupted, whatever the hell they call it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good game. It's fun. Like I said, it's a good solid 7. I think, like we said last week, the biggest mistake is the not focusing on a set cast of characters.
Yeah.
It's really cool that you can recruit anyone, but at the same time, I think they lost some of the impact of like of a character's story arc or like a more refined story about someone you give a shit about.
Yeah. I had a strangely busy weekend, so I didn't really get a lot of time to play any games.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I did get a chance to play some games, I was playing some other stuff that I can't talk
Yeah,
about. Um,
I played.
so that was kind of like I said, I did want to check it out after that patch because I had heard that it helps.
Yeah.
So, and
Oh,
because like that was
it's a
my
big difference. There was a big
yeah.
difference with that patch.
So
I played Population 1. That's an Oculus That's a Quest
Oh,
2
okay.
game.
Okay.
I don't know. It might be an Oculus as well. I'm not sure. It's a VR battle royale.
Of course it is.
I played it with some buddies from work. Um, it's from Oculus Studios or whatever. Oh, apparently it's on Steam.
From Big Box Studios.
Apparently it's on Steam as well.
Well, there you go.
I did not know that. I thought it was like a exclusive. I guess it's not.
You were wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. I don't know. It's like it's not the most amazing looking game, considering I'm playing it
Right.
like on the Quest 2, like native on the Quest 2, not like the PC
Oh,
version,
okay.
pumping it through wirelessly. But
Got it.
it's neat. Like it's VR, first person shooter, looking down sight. It's feels like some of the shooter games on PSVR with the gun when you're looking down
Sure.
sight and you can see
Sure.
down the
Yep.
reticles and the hologram sight. You can fly, you can climb environments. There's some like building as well.
Okay.
A la Fortnite. It's teams of 3. It's got all the battle royale.
How many people total?
What is it? 8? Is it 18? Can't
I
remember.
don't
It's
know,
not
you're
like
the one
it's not
playing
like
it.
100.
Oh, okay.
It's much smaller. Like the matches do not like take that long.
Right.
Like it's cool. I don't think it's like amazing. It's
Okay.
neat, playing in VR with the guns and aiming and shooting and moving around. It works all quite well. We only played for like a couple, maybe an hour and a half or something.
Okay.
And I really,
How's the movement and stuff?
it's fine, but I really suck. I'm like not used to it because
Sure.
you can do the smooth like moving where it like like you just turn yourself, right? With the Quest, it's all cordless, right? But on your left stick does your like strafing or movement as well. So sometimes it's a little disorientating, like trying to strafe and shoot like down sight. Like I'm not quite good at it. But it was neat. It's random, it's a battle royale. The guns are randomly generated all over the place. The health, the shields, and so forth. I don't think
Okay.
it's the prettiest game that I've played in VR. It is like
I mean, you're not like I wouldn't expect it to be if you're playing it native on the Quest and not through a PC.
it's pretty what is the word I'm looking for?
It looks like very like it looks fine, but it looks kind of like a mobile game that's been like
Yeah, it's not early access, but it kind of feels like it's in early access.
yeah, you're right. So it's
I
18
kind of wish
people.
it looked better.
It's 6 squads of 3 people.
Yeah, it is on Steam. I wonder if you can
Yeah.
play with the Quest people if you were to buy it on Steam.
Yeah, Big Box VR. They're out of Seattle. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, I see Oculus Rift Vive, Windows Mixed Reality.
Right.
I wonder if I made a mistake buying the PC version, but I don't think you'd be able to play with the Quest people then. Which is where
Oh, is it set up like that? Why couldn't you just buy the Steam version and then like do it that way?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, but I don't think Steam and Quest friends list mix. I don't think it has cross. I'd have to look into that.
That whole thing, like
I'm sure it would look.
there's certain aspects of the Quest that I just shake my head about. Like they were like, it feels to me like they had so much potential to like really knock it out of the park with the Quest 2, but with all the Facebook integration nonsense, it really feels like they
Yeah, I think that would maybe not. I
shot
don't know. I'd have
themselves
to
in the
look into
foot.
it. Anyway, my coworkers all had it, and they're like, "This is cool. Come play it." And I'm like,
Sure.
it was fun. It was neat." Like, do I think it's amazing? No, but
Right.
it's not bad. It's got like a drop pod. Like at the start, you all start up on this platform, and literally you can just like you put your arms out and you just glide off of it, or you can jump
Right.
into like these drop pods that carry you across the map, and then you like come flying down and slam into the map. kind of Titanfall-esque, like you were in the Titanfall like pods.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. It's like
Huh.
$30, I believe.
Is that American or Canadian?
Canadian, $34.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought the one thing I was disappointed about was that I thought there was like some single player stuff to it, but it is strictly just a
Oh,
battle
it's just
royale.
strictly a battle royale.
But
Yeah, that's where I have a bit of a difficult time, like with some of the stuff in VR. Like what was the one? Firewall 0 Hour on PSVR. And it's
mm-hmm.
like it was neat initially because there was some people that were actually playing it, but like I don't even know what it would be like to try and get a game of that now. What would that look like? You know what I mean? Like I don't even know how many people would actually be playing that anymore. Um, so
I will say, looking at reviews for this game though, that
it's got very much a 3 out of 5 stars kind of a situation going on.
No, Steam. It's got 9 out of 10 on Steam.
Oh, I was just looking at a review and they gave it 3 out of 5 stars.
The Oculus Store's got it like almost 5 stars. On Google, if you look on Google, yeah, like 9 out of 10 on Steam, 4.8 out of 5 on Oculus. I will just say that I say VR users are pretty generous.
Yeah,
That's the thing. You're gonna find a lot of people that this is their only type of game. See, that's my problem. If I didn't know what else existed out of there for battle royales, and I didn't play like at least 2 of the big ones, aka Fortnite and Warzone, I would like probably rate this higher. But then it's like I played 2 of the best ones, so it's like I can't.
I mean, it looks like you could pretty much climb everything.
Yeah,
which is kind of neat. Like
you can climb anything. Yeah, like you can climb up. You can like one hand over a fence and like kind of shoot over a wall or whatever. There is literally
that's cool.
Wall building, like exactly like Fortnite. It controls well. It's just sometimes I kind of feel like I'm, patting my head and rubbing my tummy at the same time. It's like, oh my god, it's too many things. And I'm sure I'd get better playing it some more. It was neat. It was fun. It's definitely, you have to have friends to play with. I would not want to play that with randoms. I would probably give it the 2 out of 5 stars like that other person if it was me just playing with randoms. But with my coworkers, it was fun.
Interesting.
I want to check out the freaking Saints and Sinners: The Walking Dead VR. I hear that one's pretty good. I kind of wish Marvel or Iron Man was on there. I imagine it'll eventually come.
No idea.
Because some of the other exclusives have come. Anyway, I played that. So I did some VR, which was cool, wirelessly, which was awesome. That's the best part. Oh, God. Like, I just came downstairs and played in this little area right behind me. The Guardian system on the Quest is so good. You just literally stand there and just, like, point and draw your play area.
Right.
And then when you get close to it, it just, like, shows...
It's like, yo, idiot, get out of there.
It more so than that, it just transitions to seeing, like, through the cameras. So, like, you're not going to be punching TVs or kicking babies and doing weird shit. Like, as long as you have your zone clear, it's like you can just kind of, like, go crazy, it's awesome. I will say.
Sweet.
And I am now PSVR-less for those who are keeping tabs. I have sold the PSVR. It is gone.
Yeah.
Went to a good home.
Well, I mean, it's... Judging by what I've been hearing, that's maybe not a terrible idea because it sounds like they're not planning on allowing any games to be very strange.
We'll talk about it in news. It's in the news, my friend.
Yeah, well, we're talking about fucking VR now. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
I want to move into the next game I played.
All right.
Pikmin 3. Deluxe.
On Switch.
Hashtag provided by Nintendo. Thank you very much, Nintendo. Pikmin Deluxe on Nintendo Switch. It's another one of these Wii U. That was on Wii U originally, right?
Yep. I played that at their Nintendo headquarters in Vancouver when I went to their event that time.
So this is another one of the great games. It was stranded on, Nintendo's always had awesome games, but the Wii and the Wii U were kind of, they left a lot to be desired. So this is another one of those fantastic titles that they've, breathed some new life into by putting it on the Switch, because a lot of people missed it or probably didn't have a chance to play it. And yeah, I really like it. It looks fantastic on the Switch. It plays pretty good. I don't like they set you up like, I don't know if you ever played Pikmin. Pikmin's like a isometric view like puzzle game.
Yeah.
You got your astronauts who are looking for, I think they're looking for a new home or just resources, and then they crash land on a planet. They're separated. You're trying to repair your ship to get home, like the hyperdrive, but it's not hyperdrive, it's something else. And you
Right.
run into these little creatures, the Pikmin, which help you along on your adventure, getting through obstacles, defeating enemies, and whatnot. And it's a puzzle game. Basically, your
Right.
astronaut controls the Pikmin. You basically aim on the screen. You throw them at stuff. You order them to charge and bash stuff. You order them to carry stuff. You create more. And basically, by default, though, using the controller, it's a little weird because on
Yeah, because I was gonna say it was like, how does that
I
work?
swear you used nunchucks, didn't you originally, or the
Yeah.
pointer? And basically, that's not there by default. By default, they have you playing with the dual sticks, and you kind of move the one stick to where you want to aim, and it's kind of wonky. I'm sure if you get used to it, it's all right. But if you go into your
Interesting.
menu, you can actually turn on gyro controls, and
Okay,
you can
and
actually do
you're
pointer.
finding that better?
Oh, absolutely, and you can do pointer
Okay.
controls when you're playing with just the two Joy Cons separated in your hand. I found
Hmm.
that was the easiest because then I could just point where I want to shoot them and I'm clicking the button, and I don't know, I found that like very intuitive and much, and that's how I remember playing the older versions.
Right.
So I found, but it didn't like, either I missed it telling me that you can do that, but I don't remember it saying that you could change that at any point, because I guess they want you to play it the new way, because you obviously can't do that when you're playing in handheld mode. You can only do that when you're playing TV, right? I
Right.
guess unless you put it on the stand, but who the hell plays their freaking um like I don't know. I don't play my Switch on the freaking stand, but yeah, I'm like 4 levels in. It's fun
Okay.
controlling the different astronaut guys, the different Pikmin, figuring out the puzzles, fighting the monsters that are like blocking you. Just a really neat, intuitive like puzzle action game. It's really neat. It's fun. It's super colorful. It's very cute. It's got tons of character. If you've never played a Pikmin game, I kind of recommend it if you are into the like.
The cutesy
It's not
puzzle
just,
style
yeah,
games.
it's like there's like cartoony violence like the monsters you fight, but and some of the bosses, but it's not like violence, like there's no really gun violence. It's
And
colorful,
you're not like directly controlling any, like it's the little guys and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
you summon them. You can split up your party with the different astronauts. I don't remember the earlier games because, to be honest, I think Pikmin 3 is the one that I've played the most of. So I
Okay.
can't say
Yeah.
what the differences are from 3 to like 2 to 1.
Right. Because it's
But
in a way, like, I don't want to call it a god game because it's not, but in a way it kind of is, like where
yeah, it kind of is
you're the
because you
thing
can.
controlling everything, but you're not in direct control of anything. Like, if that makes sense.
They're your
They're like your
minions.
minions, and you're like pointing, like, go there and do that thing, but it's up to them to go there and do the thing, and so you know what I mean.
But
So
and you are on the front line or on the ground with them, right?
yeah,
Yeah, there's like
so
you got the crew. There's your crew of the SS Drake is your ship, and
yeah,
I don't know. I haven't played far enough, and I have an assumption. I have a
Hmm.
feeling that Olimar is somewhere in here, but he's the main character from the older games. But you play as Alf, Charlie, and Brittany. And I feel like
Okay.
Olimar is in here, but I don't know. I haven't played far enough. There's a little bit of a mystery trying to figure out who's left all these like hints and notes all over that planet you've been on. So
Right.
that's why I feel like you find him eventually or something, or he's visited there. I don't know. Collect fruit.
Sweet.
it goes by days. There's a day-night cycle. At nighttime, you got to get back to your ship, or make sure all your Pikmin are like near you so that they don't get eaten by like, I guess, the predators that come out at night are much
Mm-hmm.
stronger. There's a little bit of resource management because you want to collect food to keep your rations up. I don't know if you actually
Right.
ever run out of them and then it's like game over. It must be. Maybe that's like your life system, but I've never failed, so I don't know what happens when you have none left. But yeah, it's
Yeah, I
cool.
didn't.
It's a
I
cool.
didn't.
It's a cool
Like I
game.
said, I didn't like. Was it Pikmin 2 that came out? And like my brother played it a bunch, but I never really got into it. I played a little bit of the demo, like I said, at that Nintendo event, but I
Hmm.
didn't. It wasn't one that I bought and picked up and played a ton of myself. So yeah,
Yeah, it's cool. I would recommend checking it out if it was like on your
full.
radar. I
I'm
feel
assuming this is a classic Nintendo full price, like sixty
no, it's
dollars. Yep,
less.
it's a full $60,
No,
79.99.
really?
Yep, I'm looking at the website right now. Digital edition. Buy a digital version directly from Nintendo. 79.99 Canadian.
Really?
So
Well,
that's where
on
I don't know that
Google,
I could spend that on it would be my problem. But
oh, I thought it was
normally, if
less.
this was anybody else, I'd be like, oh, I'd wait for it to go on sale.
But
But
Nintendo games never go on sale. Um, I don't know. On Google, I found it for $64.99, but that's like a key selling site. But
yeah, that doesn't really count.
I've never heard it. Shop4ca.com. So that'll be a digital version. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. It's $79.
I mean, I'm not surprised. All of these remakes that they've released so far from the
There
PS, like from the
is
Wii U, have all been very expensive,
there is a demo.
right?
So if you're intrigued, download the demo from the eShop. You could try a story and mission modes. It says, and you can play. There's co-op. So there's multiplayer. You can play local co-op
Yeah,
with this game. I tried playing with my daughter. She was not very good. It's a little complicated for a 4-year-old, I think. But she did
yeah,
enjoy like seeing the little guys and watching like everything going on.
right.
That is really, oh man, that really is kind of
79.99.
disappointing.
Yeah, I'm
That
looking at it right now. Amazon, Best Buy, EB Games, 79.79. Hey man,
that's
if you buy it at Amazon, you get $2 discount.
it is a good game though. Like it is an excellent game. Like it
Yeah,
rated really high. Like it's gotten like really
for
high
sure.
reviews when it came out on a Wii U. So it's like it's not a bad game, but
No, no, for sure.
it
And I
isn't.
mean, they have made it prettier. They've
Well, yeah,
definitely
it's got
cleaned it up.
widescreen. Well, no, Wii U had widescreen in HD, so that's not. But
Well, Wii U did 720p, right?
well, 1080i 720p is splitting hairs, same thing, pretty much.
1080i is not 1080p.
Yeah, but either way, it looks fantastic on the Switch.
Yeah,
I was gonna say they did widescreen support, but Wii U had widescreen, so it's not like they
yeah,
basically it's just a port over.
pretty
Anyway,
much.
I'm having fun with it. I will
There's
play more.
so there you do get the stages from the DLC stuff that was in the original release.
Yeah, I guess
All that stuff is in here as well.
I don't know what
So
was not included with the original release. So that's the deluxe's, the port,
yeah,
I guess the kind of remastering and then all the extra DLC stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
word.
I'm having fun with it. Thank you,
Cool.
Nintendo.
Cool.
Hashtag provided by Nintendo. I did the Call of Duty. I finished up the Halloween stuff in Call of Duty. I didn't think I was going. I thought it seemed kind of daunting when I started it.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna get this. And then it's like, oh, if I just play plunder mode, I could bang off like 3 or 4 of these challenges. a match.
Challenges.
But they weren't challenges. The whole thing with the Halloween event was finding when you popped a chest in different areas of the map,
Right.
there was a possibility that you'd just get the Halloween loot. Whether it was
Oh, I see. Okay.
skins, sprays, charms,
Gotcha.
and so forth. And then if you got all 16, Then you got the gun blueprint, which I posted photos in the Discord. I thought it was pretty cool. It's the Grow or whatever, so it's like last season or seasons before, like Battle Pass assault rifle. Looks super cool. I haven't used it. I just finished the event. I was actually pretty concerned because I had 15 of the 16 things you have to find, and the last one glitched. And it's like I played like 3 or 4 games, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm just not getting this. And then people are like, oh, it's glitched. You got to go back and do all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going back to all those points because it took about maybe 3 or 4 hours to do it all,
Right.
which isn't bad. Like I did it on the last day of the Halloween event. Literally, I did it the night before playing a little bit, and then I wrapped up a tiny bit the next morning.
Right. Okay.
But I did play more than I needed to because it glitched on me, and I thought I was just driving myself crazy. I'm like, why isn't this drop? Why isn't this drop? And then when I check my inventory, it's like, I have the item it says I don't have. And then when I went into my blueprints, I'm like, oh, I have the gun. I'm like, I did it. And I'm like, it's just glitch saying that I didn't do it. So I was like, that was a little annoying. So I probably played it maybe half an hour to an hour extra than I had to.
Right.
But I do appreciate that it was pretty like down to the wire, pretty quick to do. Like it didn't involve me like grinding for like ever. And literally it was double everything over the weekend. So like in 2 play sessions, I went from like level 1 on my battle pass to 15. So yeah, it was pretty freaking fast. And I didn't buy the battle pass this season, just because with it being the new game coming out, I just wasn't sure where I was at with that.
Sure. What's the point?
In a couple more levels, I will have enough points to get the battle pass for free again, so I might get it. But I don't know. It doesn't end till the end of November, so I'll have some time to see like what carries over, how it all integrates with the new game, and so forth. I'm hoping we get codes for Call of Duty. I don't know. We probably will. They usually come through. I don't know. They've come through every year for so long. But we usually get those like day of or day before. So I'd assume it'll probably be the same thing this year.
Fair enough. Just so you're aware, this popped up. Apparently Memory Express is saying that Thursday, November 5th, we will have a limited number of Ryzen 5000 series processors available for purchase / pre-order at our stores on a first come first serve basis. Online ordering for them will not be available until 6th. So online ordering will start off on Friday. So there you go.
Oh, so
that's from them at least. So
did you get that in an email?
No, it's like on their freaking website. It pisses me off when you call places and they try to act like the shit's coming out tomorrow. Like you cannot tell me that they don't have any idea of like what the fuck is going on with their stock and shit. So anyways, no, it's like right on their website.
Yeah,
it's like
I see it now. They must have just posted it.
So anyways.
It wasn't there earlier.
Yeah, no. We were talking about it and I was like, that's fucking nuts. Like shit comes out in like 12 hours. Is there a promo
with Brian those processors, or they were not doing that?
I thought if you bought a 5000 series, you got Far Cry 6. That was my understanding.
Yeah,
or at least that's what their current thing was ongoing.
I just had to go to AMD's site to figure that out.
So, I have no idea. The other thing too is that not all websites have the deal. Like, so anyways, off on a little bit of a side tangent.
I will say that AMD's numbering system is so confusing.
Really?
I find it confusing because it's all Ryzen. It's all Ryzen 5 and 9 and 7 and I don't know.
Oh, buddy. It's like, to me, it's fairly straightforward. Like, you've got the Ryzen 9 5900. Essentially, the Ryzen 9 is their stuff that's above. The Ryzen 7 is their
the 9 stuff. Is like an i9. The 7, it took a while to figure it out, but it's not. I don't know. It's not immediately obvious because it's not just the 9. It's the 9 and then the 5000s and the 9 and the 3000s and then there's no 4000s and it's because
it's because the 4000s were on the mobile side.
Yeah, once you figure out the numbering convention, it's not too difficult, but it wasn't immediately obvious. The
first number is essentially like, that's the series.
Yeah, and
I
if you
don't
want,
know honestly why the like Risen 5, 7, and 9 is a thing. I think that is just
well,
sort
it's
of their
i5, i7,
yeah,
and i9. Like that's
yeah,
exactly what it is because the nines are their flagship. The
yep.
i7s are this is what you actually need, and then
Yeah, and the
the threes or the fives
threes are
are
like the threes are the budget and the fives are like the mainstream, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, it took a while to
But
figure it out. I figured it out.
so yeah.
But yeah, oh well, I will see. Maybe they'll have a 5900 for me tomorrow.
There you go.
We'll find out. I don't know.
Word.
Okay, where are we? We're at the end of what you've been playing. Before I move into the news, Dane, I'm gonna put this in what you've been playing. I got my PlayStation accessories. It's come on, there we go. Dun, dun,
Okay. Yeah, that's a
dun.
remote. Don't know why you'd buy that,
That's
but
the
sure.
media remote because we're starving for things to waste money on because it's a console launch. It's the PlayStation 5 media remote. Look at that. It's got Disney Plus and Netflix and YouTube. I
It
don't know.
doesn't seem terrible. It seems
No,
okay.
I have a feel I'm going to use my PS5 more media than the built-in TV stuff, and it's kind of nice because it's got a TV button, so I assume that turns your TV on and a mute and whatnot, so it'll actually be kind of usable. Just I'll be able to just use this one remote.
Sure.
I got the controller first. Also, I just gonna mention hashtag not provided by PlayStation. I went and bought these myself.
Oh my god, you had to buy that shit yourself?
Yep, I know. Fuck those guys. I mean that's okay. Sometimes you gotta buy shit. But yeah, I got all the accessories. I didn't get the camera. The controller's nice. It's a little feel like it's a little fatter. It feels more like an Xbox controller. So,
Interesting.
men with bigger hands might appreciate that.
I mean, I've been hearing from people that have that in conjunction with an actual console about how amazing that
Oh, the
controller
controller
is.
apparently when you can use it is amazing.
So,
I connected it to my PC, but I didn't spend very much time with it. The native drivers that like Windows installs for it.
sure.
I tried playing one of the games I have on my PC and it didn't even detect. Like Windows said I had a wireless controller hooked up, and I tried it with USB-C, and I tried it pairing it over Bluetooth because I got Bluetooth on my PC,
Sure.
and it detected a wireless controller or detected a controller, but the games did not see it. So I assume, well, I know there's PlayStation drivers for like the DualShock. I imagine there'll be new drivers for this one, but right now I couldn't with it just plugging it in and syncing it. It didn't work with PC.
Yeah. So, like, I know that when you plug a DualShock in, unless you change some stuff in Steam, it just that controller doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, well, I was trying
And
to play
unless you
something that wasn't in
yeah,
Steam, so that would probably complicate it even more.
and unless you download the fucking like PlayStation doesn't offer drivers for the DualShock
No,
for
someone made
PC.
them, right?
Yeah, so if you
What do they
use
call it?
those
There's a name for it, right?
drivers, oh, I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
It's
It's been a long time
like it's
since I've used
weighty
it.
too. Like it feels heavier than a DualShock 4. So it's got a nice weight to it. Like it doesn't feel like flexible. Like it doesn't. It's a salt. I feel like you can kill someone with it. Like it's a. You would not want this thrown
It
at
better,
you.
man. Like looking at the cutaways and stuff that people like were showing, there's a lot of like motors and things like that in that thing, and like the
You
battery is quite large.
you
So I mean,
would
it should be fairly
you would
heavy.
not want this thrown at you. It will fucking hurt.
Right.
So it's nice. I like it. I wish I could play something with it. PlayStation. I'm looking at you. Yes, PlayStation. Yeah, you. Next week, hopefully. Maybe freaking pre-order show up. Controller is beautiful. I love it. I can't wait until I get to actually play something with it. I also
Awesome.
got the charging stand, which is really nice. None of this plays for you, audio listeners. I'm sorry. If you really want to see this stuff, check out the Twitch stream or the whatever the. What
Is
do
it
they
just
call it?
got USB-C like plugs in it?
No, it's.
Your camera's just looking at you, dude.
Oh,
It
yeah,
doesn't
I
focus
gotta
on
hide
your
my
shit.
face because the face
No.
recognition.
Oh, there it is finally.
It's because I have autofocus for my face. So yeah, that's like
Interesting.
that's
So
the base of the controller. So that it doesn't have a USB port in it. There's a USB-C port in the top of the controller.
right. Yep.
and on the bottom there's like that's the
Oh, I
little the
see.
headphone
Okay.
jack and whatnot. So it just
Gotcha.
slips into the stand.
Okay.
It just kind of like clicks in, and
Right.
boom, you're charging, and it's got
So
two
I will
bays.
probably actually get one of those. That actually seems
Oh yeah,
useful.
this is
That's the one accessory
yeah
that I'm
this.
actually interested
I
in.
would highly recommend this. I had one for the PS4, though it was aftermarket because Sony didn't make an official one, and this is an official one, which is kind of
Right.
nice. Um,
Yeah, because I have like an unofficial one for my PS4 controllers.
yeah, so that's nice, and it also is just a nice little place to hold your controller. So when you're like, "Where's my controller?" It's just chilling in the base, and it
Yeah.
holds two. And then last but not least, I got the Pulse headset, which is they kind of
How does it
borrow.
feel compared to
Oh, it feels a
this?
thousand times. Well, okay, Dane.
Compared to this right
Dane,
here.
Dane. We're not comparing Ferraris to fucking Pintos here, okay?
Oh, come on, dude. Like that headset's like
I'm gonna
how
get
much money
there.
is that?
It's
Okay.
$129.
Right.
The Steel series are 150 and higher, so it's like
Hey,
the
hey, I
PlayStation
paid
one.
120 for this one right here.
Okay, well
So
that's on
screw you,
sale
man.
if you're lucky, and it's not on sale right now. It's like 100. The PlayStation version of Steel Series headset is like $190 before taxes. So it's
Okay.
quite a big price difference. This is a huge improvement though compared to all the past PlayStation headsets. This is easily their lightest, most comfortable one. Most
Okay.
comfortable one. Um, it's nice. I don't really care for the fake leather shit. Like I'm not a fan of that.
So I've got the gold headset, and
Oh,
I'm
this
noticing.
destroys the gold headset.
So I'm noticing that on the gold headset, what's happening
That
is
shit
that fake
peels.
leather stuff is all cracked and coming off,
Yeah.
and it like every time I use it, I pull it off my head, and it looks
Yeah.
like something has molted all over the side of my
Yeah, like
face.
these don't that's like
So
these don't look like they come off. They might be removable and replaceable, but
yeah.
they don't look like it. But it is light. It is pretty comfortable, and I will say they sound very, very good. I was playing Pikmin 3 with them,
Okay.
and I was blown away by the volume. They get really freaking loud, and
Okay.
they sound really good. So I can't wait to try them with the PlayStation. Um,
Okay.
and obviously with the band that they kind of aped from the Steel series, it is the most
Yep.
comfortable. It does kind of suck. You can't move these up and down. Like these don't go up and down.
Oh,
This
interesting.
band moves up and down depending on how big
Yeah.
how big your head is. So it's kind of like a one size fits all. I don't know. Maybe if you have like a
Right.
giant ogre head, it might not be the most comfortable headset. But I honestly, it is quite comfortable. Not as comfortable as my Steel Series Arctis 7, of course, because those are probably the most comfortable headset I've ever worn, and I've worn every headset. I've worn the Lucids, I've worn Astros, I've worn the
Yeah.
Logitechs. Honestly, after you try Steel Series, every headset feels like you have a freaking cinder block on your head, and they're hot. The biggest thing is heat. I find lots of other headsets get hot, but these ones are actually really comfortable. Like I will say, these are if the Steel Series weren't so good, that these were
Yeah.
pretty freaking good. Because these ones are
See,
super. They're light.
what
Like they're light,
what's
so they don't feel
what
heavy on
sucks
your
is I
head.
kind of want to buy a set of those so that I could have both side by side and like, do you know what I mean? Like, and do the
And it
like.
and it
That's
sounds
what I want
and
to
it
do.
sounds awesome. To be honest, like if I can find the Arctis 7X or
Or the
plate
P.
or the PlayStation ones, like the new ones they've just
That's
released.
the P, the 7P. Yep.
If I can find either of those on sale, I might get one of those. But I'm super like I sold my gold headset, so it paid for a considerable portion of this headset. So
Sure.
like
Yeah.
my upgrade fee was nominal. Like I only had to pay like $40 for this out of pocket. So
Sure.
like that's why I kind of got it as well. And I do want to see like the native support. Like there's gonna be some features that the PS5 is gonna have that this headset's gonna have over others, right? But just playing with the Switch, I'm super impressed with the sound quality and the volume. Like, dude, I was like, holy shit, I gotta turn that down. I'm gonna go deaf. And it was crystal clear. It had a nice separation. And like, I don't know, the Switch isn't 3D, and I kind of felt like the audio felt like there might have been some kind of 3D-ishness going. Like there was some depth to the audio separation. I was really impressed just playing stupid Pikmin 3. And Pikmin 3
That's
is
good.
not
That's
stupid,
awesome.
but like, what I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
just bullshitting. Uh, it's nice. I like it. I was like kind of I'm like, oh, do I really need to? But I like having it. And the thing is, it's got USB-C and it's got the headphone adapter or microphone input, so you can use it with other devices. Which is
Right.
probably how I'll use it with the Xbox. I'll probably just put the cord straight into the controller. I might
Mm-hmm.
just toggle change the dongle because it does have a tiny dongle for danger
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
So
Which really sucks because like that looks identical almost to the stupid dongle that I had for the gold headset that I
yeah,
somehow lost during my move.
it's smaller
So
than
now
the
I have a
gold. It's
stupid
smaller
gold
than the gold
headset
one.
that I have to plug into my stupid controller because I don't have this stupid dongle, and I'm not gonna buy another dongle on eBay.
It's about a
So dumb.
pinky's width shorter than the existing gold dongle, but yeah,
Okay.
the accessories are nice. I look forward to using them with my PS5 that might show up one day. um,
Hey, I mean, my order, it's I got
I've seen
charged, so
pre-auths. I've seen
yeah,
I didn't check and see if there was charges today, but I know they're coming.
yep.
Who's gonna win? Is it gonna be Costco? Is it gonna be Amazon? I don't know. And of
I don't know.
course, I
I don't
fucked
know.
up and I didn't order a stupid discless version at Shoppers, which word is they distributed some news for us Canadians that they will have them on launch day. So I'm super pissed that I ordered the wrong system from them. Because I have the day off and I would have been able to walk in, grab it, and go.
Yeah, I mean,
Shoppers
I'm
does have my Xbox, so I will pick that up on Tuesday.
right.
So we'll have my Xbox on Tuesday. I don't know. I'm hoping someone comes through and I get a system.
I I think I'm hopeful that
You have
the
Best Buy, right?
I yes. Yes.
Yeah. See, I'm not I don't know. They didn't get the accessories out for the 30th to anyone,
Right.
so I don't have. I don't know. I'm holding my breath. I think we're screwed with the freaking holiday.
Yeah, I don't know. I it's gonna be like I've seen, I've looked under my account and it looks like it's getting shipped Canada Post. So I don't know with the holiday. Like normally, how it works was like obviously the day before you're supposed to get it is it gets shipped out to the distribution center so that it's ready to go to be loaded on the trucks on the day of. But like I don't know if they're gonna have the forethought to do that on say Tuesday instead of on Wednesday, which is the holiday, so that they're at the distribution center for Thursday morning, or if they're just gonna be a day behind. That's where I'm a little concerned. So I've got that Thursday next week. I've got Thursday and Friday off. Obviously, Wednesday for us here in Canada is a holiday, so I've got essentially Wednesday on off, but I also took Monday off just in case,
Yeah.
like just in case something goes like because like I'm getting it shipped to here to my house, so I'm like, well, at least this way I'm home to pick it up if it misses the ship date and doesn't show up till Monday. So
Yeah.
cross our fingers. We'll see. We'll see how it
I also have a
goes.
super long weekend next week too. I took the Thursday, Friday off. It's Remembrance Day on Wednesday,
Right.
so I'm like, I magically had a couple days, and I'm like, well, it's almost the end of the year, and I ain't gonna use them for anything else. So
Right.
I really hope I get a freaking system on launch day, or at least
That's
even
yeah.
the
That's
Friday. If it's the Friday, 'cause since I have it off now, isn't too bad either.
right.
Because let's be honest, I guess there's Miles Morales and Demon Souls that I could be playing on launch day. um, moving along, Dane.
Yeah.
Um, actually, on a rant here, I was in the Epic Games Store looking for the freebies. They had a game earlier today for tomorrow, and it disappeared.
Oh.
It's not there now, so I don't know what the free game is. So maybe when we actually get to our PSA section, maybe it'll be updated. But there's nothing there right now.
Oh.
Bum, bum,
Okay.
bum. There was something this afternoon. I already forget what it was because I did look at it earlier, and it's
Right.
gone now. Anyway, let's get into the news and stuff. The news.
those?
Far Cry 6 and Rainbow Six Quarantine delayed past Q1 2021. This story from Jeffy Grub from the Venture Beat.
Okay.
Far Cry 6 had a release date of February 18th. Yeah, I forgot they announced. They actually announced the release date. I forgot about that.
Had a release date.
But Ubisoft now plans to release the open world adventure during its next fiscal year that begins April 2021 and ends March.
Oh wow, okay.
April 2020 and ends March 2022. The unfortunately named Rainbow Six Quarantine is also still coming, which they were hoping to have that out before the end of the year, wasn't it? They never had a date, but I thought they were aiming for soon. Anyway, but the publisher is scheduling for that same period. Ubisoft announced these delays in its first half financial report today. The move comes as a result of production delays due to the complications of the fucking pandemic that we are all goddamn sick of. Oh, that wasn't in the story. I just freaking added that. So yeah, COVID strikes again. Goddamn, fuck you, COVID, you fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I don't know. Fuck. There's so many goddamn games to play with. The word on the, I don't know. They say it's pandemic, but I heard some word on the street that it's just kind of not necessarily. They're kind of spreading out their titles because I think some of their further out stuff that we're not aware of, that's been impacted. So they've kind of pushed these to fill the gaps that are, these games we don't know about yet beyond these two are essentially have been delayed. So to fill that gap fiscally for, they're a publicly traded company and they need to make money all year long, not just, one quarter, right? So they kind of push these into the next quarter to help balance, I think, some further delays of titles we're not aware of. And they also do expect like Valhalla, Watch Dogs. Do they have anything else coming out? Oh, and Immortals.
Immortals, that's early
this holiday
December.
season. They imagine they forecast those three games are going to do quite well with the launch of the new consoles and obviously holiday season that we're weeks away from, right? Like what, Black Friday is 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, for sure.
Now. So it all makes sense. It sucks. Whatever. I like the Far Cry games. I didn't really care about Rainbow Six Quarantine.
I mean, I think this is an easy way for them to go. This game was supposed to be out, but with COVID and everything else, instead of officially needing to delay, you know what I mean? I feel like with everything right now, that's not surprising. It's just that's the way I look at it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. This next story from GameIndustry.biz. EA fined 10 million, that's euros, right? Over loot boxes as Dutch court sides with gambling authority. District Court, unmoved by FIFA publishers' defenses, denies its bid to keep fines from being made public. A Netherlands District Court this week ruled against Electronic Arts in a case over FIFA loot boxes, allowing the Netherlands Gambling Authority to proceed in fining the publisher 10 million euros for violating the country's Betting and Gaming Act. The KSA believes it is crucial to shield vulnerable groups such as minors from exposure to gambling, the regulator explained. For that reason, the KSA supports a strict separation between gaming and gambling. Gamers are often young and therefore particularly susceptible to developing an addiction. As such, gambling elements have no place on games. Abso-fucking-lutely, I agree with that 110%.
The thing at this point, I think that's unfortunate is that's such a small drop in the bucket for EA.
Yeah, but this is one country.
Why not pay the fine and leave it in? They probably make more money by leaving it in.
But they don't want to
pay
the fine. They've been fighting not to pay the fine, so it's not.
Sure.
12 million euros isn't fucking chump change. That's
5 million euros.
Pardon?
5 million euros.
What do you mean 5 million euros?
Oh, sorry, 10 million. Okay, interesting. Has this changed?
No, they've probably gotten fined. They're probably getting fined somewhere else for that 5 million. It's probably a different story.
It's weird. The first time I had heard this, they were levied the maximum allowable fine of 5 million. Oh, okay, and a second maximum fine on Swiss. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is a pretty long story. If you want to read all the nuance of it, I recommend you check the show notes, because we'll have a link to this story. I'm all for it, man. Everybody, fuck them. Like, sue the pants off them. Get rid of this crap from games. Make your games good. Or if you want to have this loot gambling card pack bullshit, make your fucking game free to play. And, you know, you have to lock that stuff out from minor. I will tell you right now, loot box stuff for kids, I've seen the effect with my nieces and nephews. They literally spend all their birthday money on Fortnite skins. And they have such a hard time controlling it because that just they don't want to be defaults. And, you know, everyone else has the new skin and then they want the new skin. And the sad part is like, instead of physical, tangible, like toys or collectibles or saving up for stuff that really matters, they're wasting money on something that when the servers shut down or the game's not popular anymore or they grow out of it, they've just spent all this money on something that's absolutely worthless that adds nothing to the game. It's all bullshit.
Right.
Like, it's all bullshit digital goods that have no fucking value. You just may as well just because you don't play the game better. It doesn't make the experience better. In FIFA's fucking example, though, and Madden and every other one of their bullshit sports games, it's pay to fucking win because you need to make an ultimate team. You got to get the Ronaldos and the Messis and the level 94, 95 characters to be competitive because it's literally just pay to win, and you're a fucking idiot if you buy into it. I'm sorry, anyone who buys in this stuff. You're falling sucker for their freaking game that lets EA makes billions of dollars, release fucking half-baked buggy bullshit software, which they do every fucking year. And yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. So like, I'm glad. Fuck them.
I mean,
every other country jump in on it. Maybe they'll learn their fucking lesson and they'll do something and quit being so predatory, because it's just predatory. They're just squeezing their users. And it's
I think
gamers,
that I think with everything going on, and I think that obviously this is coming to a head in this case, but I mean, like, I think the whole loot boxes in all sorts of games, I think, you know,
most
I think the
people
blind box shit needs to stop. Like,
most people have made efforts.
Needs to stop.
Most people have made efforts to not include them anymore because of all. And this all, it's all EA's
How
fault.
is Overwatch still getting away with it?
I don't think anyone plays Overwatch anymore.
Dude, tons of people are still fucking playing it.
Nobody plays Overwatch anymore. It's fucking dead. I think Overwatch gets away with it because do you not?
No, you don't. You fucking spend money to buy a blind box.
You do get currency, and then you can unlock the exact skins you want at some point. You cannot just buy the currency to buy the exact skin you want in Overwatch. So it's not perfect.
You have to spend your money to buy loot boxes, which then if you get dupes,
then
you get the in-game currency, which you can then use.
You can eventually buy exactly what you want when you pull that fucking arm on the slot machine enough, right? You can choose your prize. You can pick your very sad fucking prize.
This is maybe the most ridiculous way that I've had anybody ever try to explain to me that this is somehow okay.
I'm not saying it's okay. It's
I'm just saying, like they're kind of, in my opinion, they were the
I think
first
they get
ones
the thing
that
they
really took off. Like they were like, if Overwatch, I don't want to.
It's because everyone loves Blizzard, because gamers.
They were the
Blizzard.
ones that really like people saw like, oh shit, Overwatch is fucking doing these blind boxes. We all need to start doing it.
Do a really cool fucking animation.
Yeah, really like
explodes.
Blows that
super
serotonin
animated
spot in the brain. You're just like, oh my god, get that dopamine hit. I feel awesome.
You see that orange light on the screen, knowing you got a fucking legendary, and you're like, yeah. And then let
me tell you, man, like that's because that's the one aspect of Genshin Impact that sucks balls. If you like, I'm lucky because like I don't really care at the end of the day.
Yeah,
like
see, I don't
all digital cosmetic stuff. Like, so for me, like even you, like you get sucked into the fucking Destiny shit and the Modern Warfare shit and all that.
All part of the battle pass of a game I'm playing anyway. Right. I don't buy the I don't buy the loot box stuff. I don't buy the skins. I don't put any money into the extra stuff.
Right. And like for me, like I could really care less at the end of the day. Like it's neat while I'm playing it, but like
for
I sure as hell I'm not going to do it.
That's the problem. The people who can't make that distinction that it's all worthless and it's just a waste, it sucks. Like I'm telling you, like just even Fortnite does it good because you can buy exactly what you want. There's no randomness to it,
Right.
but that FOMO of like not
I don't
having
want
the
to miss
new,
out on
you
that
know,
skin
oh,
because
I
I don't
don't
know
want
when it's
to,
gonna be back in
I
the
gotta get the
store.
Ghostbuster skin because it's a new skin and everyone's got the Ghostbuster skin.
Well, and the other thing that they do is it's gonna go back in the vault, and I don't know when it's
Oh
gonna come
yeah,
out
it's
again.
going back in the Disney vault, the Epic
Right.
vault, the Fortnite vault.
Right.
Yeah,
Because
so
they totally do that because it's the store is constantly cycling, right? And so like you don't know, is it going to be gone for a week? Is it going to be gone for 2 weeks? Is it going to be gone? Am I going to not see it for 6 months? Am I ever going to see it
yeah,
again?
like I
I don't
tried
fucking
it.
know.
Like I try, with my nephew. I try to tell him like, why are you buying them? Like, you get so many skins with the battle pass. That's a much better value. You get like 5, 6. I don't even know how many Marvel skins I got for hitting the 100. Like I got Iron Man. I got his all
Sure.
that stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like that is like a fraction. Like that, I think it's half the cost to buy the battle pass than it is to buy some of these like really expensive skins. And like,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, some of the skins in some of these games, they're
dude,
way past microtransactions.
dude,
They're fucking
that
$20,
I
$30
posted a
each.
picture of that ghost skin
Yep.
for Call of
The one
Duty
in
on
Call
the
of Duty,
Discord.
yeah.
It's a fucking amazing looking skin. It looks
It
so
looks
cool.
it looks cool.
Like he's like it's kind of like the Reaper. It's $26.99
Yeah.
for, well, it's not just the skin. It's a skin. It's a couple guns. It's animations, a finisher. Like there's like 10 things you get. So it's not just the
Sure.
skin, but you can't just buy the skin. You got to buy all the bullshit.
You got to buy the package.
And it's just like, dude, this is like almost $30 when you're done. And it is absolutely just 100% cosmetic, which is good. So it's not pay to win, and it's not random. You can buy exactly what you want, but it's so goddamn expensive. Like, if this shit was $5, like buying a little Lego mini blind bag fig, I would feel a little different about it. But when it's like $20, $30, let alone, like I said, I know guys I play footy with who have dumped $2,000, $3,000 into their FIFA Ultimate teams to lose it all the next game. That's fucking mind blowing. It's
I was
criminal.
talking
It's
I was
fucking
talking to
criminal.
somebody I was talking to somebody just this last week, and they were telling me like a friend of theirs has dropped over 2 grand into Genshin Impact drops.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was just like, holy shit, like what the
Man,
fuck?
we need to have intervention. I think I'm just gonna
like,
we're gonna have to set up like a fucking hospital for these people, and
and like I get, like, it sounds like this person is,
you're just
very
chasing
well off,
You're chasing
and they're
well off or not. It doesn't matter.
but for them it's, they can afford it, and that's,
Even
whatever.
if you
But
can
like,
afford it, it's dumb. It's a waste of money.
I just was amazed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, absolutely shocked.
Like
That's
I'm not gonna mince words here. It's predatory. It's gambling. Fuck them. I don't give a shit. EA doesn't give us games, so I can talk all kinds of mad shit about them, totally unrestricted. And I will talk shit about anyone that fucking does shisty shit and pisses me off to the level they do it. They're criminally bad. They've been bad for years, if not a good decade with this bullshit. And it's the best part is they brought this onto themselves with the fucking Battlefront stuff. Because they pissed off the fucking nerds with Star Wars. And had they not fucked that game up so bad with this bullshit, no one would have fucking even looked at their sports games. So they fucking did this to themselves, which is the best part. Fuck them. Everyone sue them. Every country get on it. Just fucking kick them while they're down. And eventually, they might fucking change their tune. Or maybe they'll just go free to play, and then that'll just get them around it somehow and make it so you have to be 18, whatever. To be honest, if they made the games free to play, they make billions off of this shit. EA.
Yeah.
That's how fucking.
It's not just EA. It's not just EA. Like a bunch of companies this last week.
Yeah, off of
have
DLC,
all
but
announced like what they're like, dude. You think Activision Blizzard doesn't make the most money out
they
of their
make a lot of
company?
money, but these
No, dude,
guys
it's like-
do it the dirtiest.
It's like 60% of their income is coming from fucking DLC.
But EA does
shit.
it the dirtiest because it's pay to win. I'm not going to excuse those other guys because they have loot boxes too, but you can absolutely ignore those loot boxes in the Activision games and be just as competitive and just as good. There's no You don't need their shit. But if you want to be competitive online in the sports games, you have to partake in this. You have to, or you just don't. Because you can't compete with your shit team, with your shit players you get for free. And the grind on even just trying to get, you can earn this stuff in game. You may as well quit your. It's like having 4 full-time jobs. The grind is fucking atrocious in these. There's stories and videos. Anyway.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys. You fuckers.
Just been salty all week, haven't you?
Moving along. Sony is set to buy Crunchyroll for nearly $1 billion. Holy crappity-doo-dah.
Yeah.
This story from Eurogamer by Tom Phillips. Sony set to buy Crunchyroll for nearly $1 billion. Will soon have the power of anime on its side. Sony will pay almost $1 billion to acquire Crunchyroll, the hugely popular anime streaming service available through both Xbox and PlayStation consoles. The PlayStation maker is in final negotiations to seal the deal with a $957 million bid and is the only company in the running. Nikkei Asia reports. Sony already owns anime service Funimation, which has 1 million subscribers, though this is dwarfed by Crunchyroll's 3 million subscribers and a whopping 70 million free. Holy shit, that's a lot of free members. I'm a free member at Crunchyroll. Their ads are so goddamn fucking annoying. Ugh.
On the free accounts, you mean?
Yeah, but I think that's the point there. They want to annoy you into paying. But they're not that expensive, aren't they? Only like $5 a month or something?
I want to say it's 10.
Maybe it's more now, but it's,
I'm
anyway.
not sure.
I watch Attack on Titan.
It's been a long...
right?
Okay, I watched that on Netflix, but...
Investing in animation right now makes sense. It's relatively cheap to produce compared to live action series, which currently have their own logistical issues with filming during the pandemic. And everyone's home watching streaming services. That value is reflected in the company's near $1 billion value, although it's still nowhere near the $7.5 billion Microsoft paid for Bethesda. That's totally two different things. Like, really?
Yeah, this isn't PlayStation buying Crunchyroll either. It's Sony. And I mean, people have to remember, like, Sony has an entire like motion picture studios. They have.
I wonder if
like
they'll merge
audio.
the two.
Like,
would they merge the two?
Merge? What do you mean?
Funimation
merge
and
what?
Crunchyroll.
I have no idea. I mean, that to me would make the most sense.
Yeah, like,
but
I don't know.
Why have two that you have two back ends, two front ends, all that? But
no, you know what?
I don't know. I'm not them. Who knows?
I don't know. Anyway, that's cool. Whatever. Anime's dope. I've been meaning to watch that new one on Netflix. The is it Blood of the Gods?
I don't know. I haven't actually like loaded up my Netflix.
Dude, we shared it on the Discord a little while ago.
Oh yeah, I think that one's out now.
Yeah, it is out now. I've been meaning to watch it. I just haven't. This next
neither.
story, also from Eurogamer, from Wesley Yinpool. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is up to 250. What the fuck are you guys doing? You fucking guys. Is up to 250 gigs on PC, but multiplayer is only 50 gigs. Yeah.
I mean, that's if you want everything installed, right?
Jesus, still.
So, like, maybe initially it'll be 250 gigs, and then once you finish the campaign and stuff, and
it took a year
the Spec
for them
Ops,
to bring
because,
that.
like, let's be honest, the Spec Ops part you'll probably not want to deal with. So that also includes zombies in this one. Which,
took a year to get there on the last Call of Duty, so hopefully
it doesn't sound like it sounds like this is
of course that's if you want the full game, Ultra RTX specification, 4K.
That's with the Ultra H. Yeah, that's with the 4K pack.
Textures. Anyway,
so
that's fucking nuts, man. That's on PC. So I wonder what are the console sizes aren't going to be that much smaller.
Like I said, I don't know, man. Don't look at me. So, I have no idea.
I guess if you really am, that's the thing. Modern Warfare's multiplayer is different than Cold War's multiplayer, but they're gonna share the same Warzone multiplayer.
Sure.
Like apparently, like Cold War unlocks and skins and shit will be in Warzone if you play Cold War. So it's going to be interesting now to see how that all integrates, because you could just continue playing Modern Warfare, and when you play Warzone, you'll be encountering people that have guns from Cold War. That'll be fucking weird. But I guess the new battle, I guess it'll be based, you know what it is? It'll probably be based around the new battle pass. Will kind of close that gap for people who only have Modern Warfare.
Well, yeah, and also I think that the Warzone stuff is just going to continue off in its own little world, right?
Yeah,
And
attached
so,
to
like,
attached to
yeah,
every Call of Duty here on out until they do like a Warzone 2 or whatever the next
sure,
iteration is. Anyway, that's huge. That's painful because hard drives on the new consoles are not that big.
yeah.
The One S has like 300 and something gigs available.
I mean, what do you expect, man? Like, you got 500 gig hard drive, then you're gonna have overhead, then you're gonna have scratch space to put in your, um, for the quick save stuff. Like, that makes sense. You're gonna have a couple hundred gigs set aside for that kind of shit, right? Um, that doesn't surprise me. It's just like the PlayStation's, even though it has an 825 gig drive, you're only gonna get 600 and something gigs, right?
Yeah.
So I get it. I don't like it, but hey, here we are.
Yeah.
Start saving up for that, extra NVMe to drop in your PS5.
Hold on, Dane. Pew, 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 pew. This week in Destiny is back, my friends. It's been a while. I haven't driven you crazy with Destiny stories, and I will try not to, considering how much all of you hate Destiny, even though Destiny holds 2 top 10 spots in the Steam store right now. Fuck, the new one's out next week, man. And Destiny just had this week in Destiny, or like an interview with Luke Smith on Twitch, I guess, last week. This was like after we recorded, going over a bunch of the changes in the game. The story's from Kotaku. If you want to see all the stuff that's coming, stuff to get prepped for, one of the things Luke Smith was like, hey, you can delete all your armor. So I guess changes with how you can do the transmog or whatnot. You don't need to have all that crap in your vault. A bunch of us are hoarders. You didn't see to get rid of all your weapons, though.
I think it's funny that you create a loot game and then you complain that players are saving all their loot. Like, it's a little bit amusing.
I haven't played Destiny in a little while. I did not care for the Halloween event. I didn't care to wrap up some of the stuff, the raids and stuff I was missing. I'm just like, I just don't have time for that shit. I did get what I wanted to do, that some of the stuff that's going to be gone, like catalysts and a few things wrapped up. But
right.
Yeah, shit, I guess I'm going to... Man, it's already too many games next week. Ugh. Destiny 2, Valhalla, Miles Morales, Demon Souls. Thank God Cyberpunk got delayed. Because, like, Cold War. When was I going to play Cyberpunk? When am I going to play all these games? God damn it. I guess good thing I have a 5-day weekend. I have 2 fucking daddy days by myself next Thursday, Friday. So
lucky.
It's going to be a lot of video gaming going the fuck on.
Sweet.
Tell you that much. So yeah, anyway, check the show notes if you want to see all the new Destiny stuff. Where are we at? I lost track here. Everspace 2 delayed because of Cyberpunk 2077. That game looked cool. We played that at PAX last year. Remember PAX? Remember conventions? Remember people?
Yeah.
Remember the old world? The old world when we used to go outside.
Yeah, so that was PAX 2019. Yes. We played Everspace 2. It was neat. It's like a kind of an arcade sim kind of
looter
like
space
fly around. Yeah. Like, it had a good feel to it.
Yeah,
and it was quite pretty.
It looked fucking awesome. And you were playing on a laptop, which was like even more impressive. This story from IGN by Adam Bankhurst. Everspace 2's early access release has been delayed due to Cyberpunk 2077 moving its date to December 10th. Everspace 2 follows Path of Exile's endgame expansion delayed to January 2021. And as Rockfish Games said in a Kickstarter update to Everspace 2 backers, this was a major blow to the studio. Let's get the cyber elephant
out of the way.
Let's get the cyber elephant out of the room right away. The Cyberpunk 2077 release has just been pushed back to December 10th, which is a major blow to our planned Everspace 2 early access release in mid-December, Rockfish Games said. Not only will every media outlet and content creator cover the arguably most anticipated AAA game in history throughout the entire holiday season, and not much else, we also know that there's quite a bit of audience overlap with our community and our team. So after quick consultation with our marketing friends at Evolve PR, yeah, I love those guys, Plan of Attack, and Swordfish PR, we've decided to push back Everspace 2 early access release to January. We know that sucks to hear, but hear us out. There's actually good news in this. The good news is that any Kickstarter backer that doesn't have access to the closed beta will receive a pre-release key on November 2nd. This will allow anyone who pledged for a digital copy to be able to experience the first 10-ish hours of what we have planned for early access. There's no time constraint, and the closed beta can be played as many times as desired. The game looks cool. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, seriously.
I mean, I think it's smart though.
Yeah, it's super smart.
Get out of the vacuum.
They're totally on. No one is going to be talking about anything else besides Cyberpunk when it comes out.
I mean, unless it's a giant steaming pile of dog shit.
You think it's going to be a steaming pile of dog shit?
No, I didn't say that. I said,
I'm pretty sure it's going to be all right, going off of their past credentials and Witcher 3 being
I hope
good.
So. I really hope so.
From what I have seen at E3, Cyberpunk 2077 looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It sounds like it's going to run like dog shit on current gen consoles. So
I won't be playing it there, so I'm not overly concerned about it.
I don't think anyone that has any brains will be playing it on the. Well, maybe you don't have a choice. I'm sorry, you're not all rolling in dough like Dane to be playing it on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I will most likely be playing it on PC. I think I'll be playing it on PC.
I'll be playing it on PC.
Though I will have it on Xbox because it's when I got that Cyberpunk system. I am entitled to that. So I will have it on Series X. So who knows? I might play it on Series X for the big screen fucking 4K experience.
There you go.
I have an HDMI going from my computer to the same TV. I don't know. But then it means I got to buy it again. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get early review codes. Who knows? We'll see. Now I'm just rambling.
Yep.
Amazon patents. Method of grouping toxic players together online. Patent filing suggests gamers would be able to specify preferences for the behaviors they would accept. Amazon, this story from gamesindustry.biz by James Batchelor. Amazon has devised a potential solution to toxic players spoiling multiplayer games for others by making them only play against each other. Yeah, fuck those guys. Seriously, that's fucking brilliant. This is kind of like what they've done on some PC games with cheaters. When they detect cheaters, they put the cheaters with the cheaters.
Stick all the cheaters together. Oh, you want to use an aimbot? Here, use it with all the other people using aimbots.
A new patent filing spotted by Protocol details Amazon Technologies' proposal for a system that allows behavior-aware player selection for multiplayer electronic games. The filing was originally made in December 2017, but seems to have been approved by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office last month. The patent filing notes that the traditional matchmaking systems often focus on grouping players based on skill level, but suggests there are other considerations to take into account. While players may enjoy competing with others of a similar skill level, now I'd rather play against babies, like just people who really suck, so I can feel good about myself. Anyway, such systems naively assume that skill is the primary only factor to players' enjoyment, it reads. Contrary to this assumption, players' enjoyment may depend heavily based on behaviors of other users with which they are paired, such as the proclivity of other players to use profanity or engage in other undesirable behaviors. Players who engage in such behaviors may be labeled as toxic by other players. One mechanism for dealing with such players is to isolate all toxic players into a separate player pool, such as that one toxic player is paired only with other toxic players. That's fucking brilliant.
If it works as it, as they're threatening to, it's an interesting idea.
The only time I ever have problems in online games is if I have the voice chat unmuted. Because if
Because
they're
those are the only times you're actually using voice
like,
chat.
yeah, like I use voice chat with the people I'm playing with. We're chatting on Discord,
Sure.
but like as soon as I play any, like, I don't know, any multiplayer game I've played in the last few years, I just it's mute everyone, because I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about what Blunt Smoker 420 has to fucking say. I don't care about shithead idiot number 12 has to say. It's like
It
it's always
sucks because
racist bullshit.
there was a time when like
I
I
think some
feel
people don't realize that they could just mute everyone.
yeah, but I think that there was a time too when like it was like I think back to when I played Rainbow Six 3 Raven Shield and stuff, and like it had in-game voice and like it got used a lot, and like overall it was pretty good. Like obviously there was every once in
Oh,
a while there was that person.
it's infuriating for
But for the
sure.
most part, like it was like I would say 95% of the time it was pretty solid, and and like it was used the way it was supposed to,
But
so
that
that you guys could all set up strats and do the things that you needed to do. Whereas like now, I just feel like too many times I jump on a game, and if I leave leave a mic open so that I can actually talk to people, like even when I played Valorant, there's a game super need teamwork. You need to be able to communicate
yeah,
with your other players. But more often than not, when I was playing Valorant with other people, either one of two things
your own
tended to
teammates
happen.
are talking shit at you.
Either you get your teammates hating on you hard because you screwed up or something. What the fuck were you doing? What was that? What were you doing?
You were the last guy alive and you didn't kill their whole team. You fucking suck.
Or the other thing that I found that was super fucking annoying is some asshole like fucking leaves their mic open
Oh,
and they're like playing music and like
yeah,
talking to
that's
their
what drives
wife
me
and
nuts.
and like all this other shit, and it's like you're like, dude, I don't fucking like, why are you playing music into the fucking mic for the rest of the team? Like I don't need to hear that shit. I'm trying to hear footsteps and stuff. Like I don't care what kind of bongo music you got going on. Like
Why is it bongo music?
I don't know, it just popped in my head. So like yeah, it sucks because I think that especially for some games, like I wish I could jump in there and leave the mic open and actually have a decent human being on the other end to and like I said, like that still does happen. It's just that it seems like it's fewer and further between now. So most of the time, like you said, for the most part, I just mute all and move on with my life, especially if I'm playing fucking Call of Duty. Holy shit. You learn that one fast. So,
Yeah, it's
and like some games are way worse than others I've found as well. And like, yeah, Call of Duty being one of the ones that seems to generally be real bad. So,
it's super annoying. Like, ugh.
yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
It's like they need to get their reporting tools up too. Most of that sucks as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know. I hear other people online, and I can't. I don't play multiplayer games because of this and that. And it's like, well, you're kind of missing out on a lot of fun. And the simple solution is most games now start with stuff muted by default.
Yeah, some of them do.
This is once in a while. I find that Fortnite's kind of fun. Fortnite doesn't for some stupid reason, which is weird because I guess you can turn it off in your settings, but for whatever reason, randomly in some game, I guess it's the party chat is on by default. So I don't hear other people, but sometimes, like you said, you get the people bumping music, or you get the 5-year-old kid, can I friend you? And it's like, no, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to play with you, but they put us on the same team, so now I'm stuck. It's like, the scream. Oh my God. Just even playing with my buddy and his son. His son is just so excitable, and he's just screaming in the mic the whole time, and we're trying to coordinate, and there's so much noise. It's like,
no, not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all.
I think I told the story. I'm like, you guys go play creative, okay? Me and Daddy are gonna play just by ourselves. Okay?
We're gonna play some real Fortnite now. Yeah.
Moving along. PlayStation news. This story from Eurogamer from Tom Phillips. PlayStation boss pours cold water on imminent VR potential. PlayStation boss Jim Ryan said he believes in the potential of virtual reality for video games, but also that the technology to really make it meaningful is still years away. Speaking to the Washington Post, Ryan reflected on the current PlayStation VR headset as a way Sony had gained experience developing VR games and hardware. But it also sounded like we shouldn't expect a new PSVR model anytime soon. That's kind of disappointing.
No.
I think we're more than a few minutes from the future of VR, said Ryan. Ryan said PlayStation believes in VR, Sony believes in VR, and we definitely believe at some point in the future, VR will represent a meaningful component of the interactive entertainment. Will it be this year? No. Will it be next year? No. But it will come at some stage. We believe that. And we're very pleased with all the experience we've gained with PlayStation VR, and we look forward to seeing where it takes us in the future. Instead of creating a new PSVR model for PlayStation 5, the upcoming console will simply support the existing headset, though you'll need to send off for free PS4. Anyway.
So, there's also not this one doesn't link to it. But there was also another article where one of the VR sites got a hold of Sony, and it sounds like they're not going to be supporting essentially the PSVR on the PlayStation 5 at all.
Yeah, like there isn't PlayStation 5 VR games. Any VR
Nope.
game you're playing is a PlayStation 4 game.
And in some
backwards
cases, if you're playing the PlayStation version of said game, the VR component will not work unless you essentially downgrade to the PS4 version.
Yeah, so like No Man's Sky and Hitman 3 are two examples of titles that have VR components and are also going to be PS5 games. But the PS5 versions of those games will not include VR. You have to play the PlayStation 4 versions of those games.
Which, I mean, to me is a bummer because, like, you've got the hardware.
It's a bummer because you're not going to
sold 5 million units of them. Like they've announced, like earlier this year, they said flat out, like, we've sold over 5 million headsets, which is dope. But now you're essentially telling all the people, like, you're upgrading to PlayStation 5. All of the stuff that is like existing that is playable on the PlayStation VR is great. That will still work. Literally nothing new. Mode. Nothing new for the PlayStation 5 will be coming out for VR.
Yeah, which so you won't be having like native No Man's Sky PS5 VR. You'll have back compat PS4 version VR. And so forth, which is kind of disappointing. So that, hearing this news, I kind of got rid of the PSVR VR also being like, oh, they got to make a new one. And they probably will, but it might not be as soon as we think. Like, definitely not next year. Maybe not even the year, maybe not even the year after that. So,
I don't know. I
kind of sucks.
I was obviously like I was listening to Jeff and the guys over at Giant Bomb, and like, he was a little more bullish. Like his kind of, he's been in the industry an awful long time and stuff, and he was kind of like this. He was pretty much saying like, this to me sounds a lot like them saying, we might not even create a PlayStation 5 VR.
Yeah, like it doesn't give me faith.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's going to be a PSVR 2.
No,
and I was really hoping that there would be, because I don't know. I like the PSVR, but once you go cordless, man, you can't go back. Once you go high high res screen, you can't go back.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they would have the opportunity to do all that if they
that's what I mean. That's why I want it, because there are some exclusive PSVR stuff that I don't have access to anymore. I can't play Iron Man. I can't play Astrobot. And those are both pretty good experiences that are exclusive to PSVR. Are they worth $500 to buy it, or $400? I don't know, but they're still pretty...
Well, like we've talked about it here before, but like I love VR, and it's amazing to me seeing how much potential VR felt like it had back in 2013 or 2014 when we went to PAX and kind of had our first opportunity to rock the Oculus Rift. Like the potential just seemed so endless almost.
Yeah.
And it was just like, holy shit, it's finally fucking here. It's amazing. Like, this is real VR and it works. And it just, to me, it kind of feels like in a lot of ways software has not sort of followed up on the promises of the
No, so
technology.
many of them are just shooting galleries and whatnot. But like, like the Move controller was so dated. Like compared to when you use like the Vive's VR or the Oculus's VR controllers with the finger tracking and so forth.
Yeah,
The Move
but you're
control.
also talking about, especially when the PSVR came out, it was like half
Yeah,
the
but they were
price of
the
all
Move
the other ones.
controllers are still they're from PS3, man. Like they
Yeah.
could have updated those. Like it's
Oh, I'm not saying that it was the perfect,
no.
like, I'm not even saying it was
It
necessarily a good solution. I'm just
no.
saying it was the affordable
Yeah.
solution,
I
which
had I've
allowed
had a
them to
lot
hit
of
the
fun with
price
my
point that they
PSVR.
wanted, right?
And I really honestly was looking forward. Like I was banking on a PSVR 2. I don't know if it was wishful thinking that it was going to be next year, kind of like follow up to the launch. But even I don't know, maybe eventually. I don't know. Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing because like like if you're not going to get native PSVR, anyway, I don't have a
Yeah.
PSVR anymore, so I don't really have to worry about that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously going to keep mine. I have no reason not to.
I have an
I went,
adapter in the mail for a system I don't a headset I don't have anymore.
I went to the website and, grabbed my
I
adapter. It
could
was
not
easy.
get that
So,
stupid adapter for like it took me like a full 2 days before I could actually get in. Just site was just getting hammered.
wow.
Anyway,
I don't know. I waited a day or two and then I just went on and it was 5 minutes out of my day and that was it. So,
this next story, also from Eurogamer by Vicky Blake. PS5 faceplate company is forced to cancel orders following a complaint from Sony. We're extremely disappointed about this, but we have no other option. As reported by our friends at VGC, PlayStation5.com had already been required to PlayStation 5.
yes.
.com had already been required to
And
rebrand.
that right there is why they got in trouble.
Yeah. Literally, I just read right past that. Had been required to rebrand following a complaint from Sony that accused the company's name of infringing its trademark. Now, however, the complaint has gone further, with Sony's lawyers telling the firm that Sony's intellectual property extended to the faceplates, and that if the company continued to sell and distribute them in any country, it would end up in court. Before we launched, we did our due diligence and were of the opinion that because Sony only had pending patents on the faceplates, there would be no problem. Newly rebranded, customize my plates, told VGC via email. But after only a day of our website being live, Sony's lawyers asked us to change our name. At the time, PlayStation 5 due to trademark infringements. We thought the switch would be enough to keep everyone happy, and honestly, we were hoping so, since we were already underway with our product development. But then Sony's lawyers told us it was their opinion Sony's intellectual property extended to the faceplates, and that if we continue to sell and distribute them in any country, we would end up in court. The email continued. This all came to light yesterday, and we are now canceling and refunding all faceplate orders worldwide. We're extremely disappointed about this, but we have no other option. All existing pre-orders have now been canceled, with the firm saying it is now wiser on trademark laws. It's kind of disappointing because, like,
You know what's going to happen, though, right? Somebody's just going to come out with a 3D printed one, and they're just going
do
to
it
have them all
yourself.
over
They're
the
going to be on
internet.
Etsy. They're going to be on eBay.
Exactly.
Until let's be honest, Sony's going to do it themselves. Like it seems pretty freaking obvious.
Or they're going to license, like,
yeah,
that, or
Mad
that's the big
Cats,
thing is,
or
like, they
does
didn't,
Mad Cats even exist anymore? Or am I just like
yeah, they are.
who else makes
But
accessories?
that's the thing.
Hori, fucking yeah,
Like, if these guys went to Sony and said, like, hey, we want to license this from you, I almost
probably be a
guarantee you
different
that would have
story.
been a different conversation.
Yeah.
But
So man,
that's my guess, is that they were like, oh, we're probably going to be fine to do this. And Sony's like, no.
I'm not gonna lie, that black on black looked pretty freaking slick.
Yeah.
This next story also from Sony and PlayStation, from VG247 by Alex Calvin. Hey, that's a new name. The upcoming PS5 remaster of cult classic Demon Souls will feature more than 180 videos to help players. You know, that mode or that feature they showed off in the dashboard reveal last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
According to the game's creative director, Gavin Moore, who told the Washington Post, which says that the game will make use of PlayStation 5's new activities user interface to help players make their way through the infamously difficult title. That's kind of neat. Earlier in the year, patent filing revealed that Sony was planning on showing users gameplay footage from other players in order to help them get through a section of the experience with the PS5. The console's user interface was shown off in October and is intended to be a complete rework of the experience using the PlayStation 4. The new shiny version of Demon's Souls was announced PlayStation 5 Game Showcase. Developer Bluepoint of Shadow of Colossus remake, Fame at the helm. Gameplay for the remaster was shown off a later date in September. Will let users choose between high frame rate, 4K. Okay, now this is just talking about the fucking game and features. Anyway, the devs are taking advantage of this feature. We'll be including a bunch of videos. I think
that's cool.
I'm looking
looking
forward
forward
the
to it.
videos.
As somebody who's looking to play this game probably for the more or less for the first time.
Yeah.
That could be very helpful.
Walk through channels or might be trembling in their boots.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there's still going to be because the thing is like this is still very much this is like, in a way, this is the one big title that Sony has for the launch of the PS5, right? It's the only game you can only get on the PlayStation 5 that's not launching also on PlayStation 4
I was gonna say, yeah,
or anything else. Like it's
true.
So it makes sense for them to throw some money towards these developers to make this type of a thing happen.
I do look forward to these videos being like concise and like, this is what you got to do.
I hope that's how they are.
And not having to hear this bullshit about, hey, if you like the video, guys, like, subscribe, hit that bell, you know, that fucking nonsense. And then 20 minutes in the fucking video, I get the hint that I needed that takes 30 seconds. Like, thanks for wasting my fucking time on your stupid channel. Like,
so, but what worries me is like, what are the chances that third parties are going to be, like, there's not a system like this on the Xbox. So are third parties going to be putting in this kind of time to build these videos and put them into
maybe they'll get their content creators to do them, other brands and companies. I don't know. We'll see.
Because also the other thing too is that this is a PlayStation Plus exclusive feature.
Well, everyone's going to have PlayStation Plus, and everyone has Live that has these systems, so let's not kid ourselves.
Not everybody. Not even... There's like not even 50%, I believe, of the people that own a PlayStation 4 own PlayStation Plus.
Sure about that?
It's like PlayStation Plus is big, but I'm just like, it is not like saying that everybody has it. We're a far reach from everybody owning a PlayStation, owning PS Plus.
A lot of people have it.
Yep, I'm just saying it is a feature that is.
I think it's a cool feature, and I hope they really take advantage and utilize it properly.
I absolutely agree.
Because I look forward to not having to grab my phone, not having to go on my computer and going like this and back and forth when it's just picture in picture, showing me that's awesome, and without some goddamn annoying fucking narrator or someone who doesn't even. The worst is when you find clips when you're trying to figure something out in a game you're stuck in, and the video quality's shit, and then there's no narration telling you what the fuck they're doing, where they are in the game, and it's like, okay, what? Is this even what I'm looking for? And it's like, for fuck's sakes, this is the wrong video. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because then there's so many people that do these videos that like don't narrate, and then the ones that narrate, you waste your fucking time. And then once in a while you're lucky and you get the channel that just has there's the clip, there's the video,
they have the thing that you need.
No padding, no bullshit. Thank you very much. But with the YouTube and the fucking sea of bullshit, sometimes I don't want to go somewhere else. I'm so excited that this is just built in, and cut the filler and cut the bullshit. Cut the fucking ads. No ads for a 30-second ad that I'm like, have you noticed how bad YouTube is with ads? Oh my God, it's terrible.
They're pretty bad.
It's so bad.
The mid-roll ads and everything else now.
Multiple mid-roll ads, unskippable ads. YouTube on mobile is fucking infuriating. It is so bad. Like, clearly everyone uses it. So, but I don't know. They dialed up it's so annoying. Anyway, fuck. That's neither here nor there. This is a welcome feature. Thank you, Sony. Hopefully you guys take advantage of it and everyone does, and it works out as well as I'm imagining it does.
Right.
This brings us to our public service announcements. We've got November's Xbox Live games with gold. We've got on Xbox One, Aragami Shadow Edition, Swim Sanity, and then back compat games. We've got Full Spectrum Warrior
and Lego Indiana Jones.
Sorry, excuse me. It was like a yawn, sneeze, cough that almost happened there. Yeah, and
I'm
Lego
actually
Indiana
kind of
Jones.
excited. I've wanted to play origami for a while, so that's like kind of a
It
cool
looks
stealth
cool.
action type game.
What are
You
they?
play as a ninja, you run around, you murder
Is this
people.
getting like changed? Have they talked about their plans with this feature with Series X?
I mean, to my knowledge, like it, I don't know. Like, are they gonna maybe add in maybe one Series X or like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, do they add one Series X game and then keep doing one Xbox One game and whatever? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be
I'm
interesting.
assuming they're still gonna offer 4 games, and it's just gonna be like, because even right now, it's like you get, the current gen, and then you get a mix of, sometimes it's two 360 games, sometimes it's an Xbox, original game.
Yeah,
Um, I assume it would probably be something similar, but I don't know.
yeah. Epic Game Store hasn't updated. Can you
Yeah,
check
I
it
don't
on
know
your end and
what's.
like make sure it's not my browser being fucked up? But I
No,
I looked this
it's.
afternoon and they had the game for tomorrow. I can't remember what it is.
I'm not seeing anything for tomorrow. It's just got the 2 games. Oh,
Ghostbusters
hold
and
on.
Blair Witch still.
If I click on free games,
It's the same thing.
yeah, no, it doesn't. It just shows the 2 right now.
Fuck, I really wish I remember
Um,
what it was. I looked at it this afternoon. I swear I looked at it at work. Like on my
yeah,
lunch break, I was just
maybe they
browsing
decided
around.
to change it. I don't know.
Yeah, something must have happened. I'll if and tomorrow they put the free game in, I'll be able to remember just from the art because it'll jog that bell. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what they gave away before. But it's weird. There was a game. I wish I could remember it, and now there's nothing. So
Hmm.
I wonder what they're gonna do.
I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, well, they've been giving free games all week. They didn't say they were gonna start or all year, almost.
Yeah,
Is this
I
gonna
don't
be?
know.
Is
I
this
don't know
going
for how
anywhere?
much longer they're gonna keep doing
Is
it.
is this going into this December, the second year that the Epic Game Store's been around? So it'll be their 2-year anniversary.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ! Yeah, they've been giving
yeah.
away games since they launched. It's pretty awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I got a huge Epic Game Store library.
So do I.
Also helps that we have press accounts as well. But
Yeah.
so yeah, we don't have an Epic Game Store freebie this week. Figure it out on your own. God damn it. Check their site
Go
tomorrow.
there. Download some games.
I guess I'll just throw this on here. I'll be quick. I saw the second Borat movie. It's okay.
Oh yeah. Also, The Mandalorian season 2
Oh
started last week,
yeah, shit.
but I totally can't really talk about it without giving a whole bunch of spoilers away.
It was a pretty cool first freaking episode, I will say.
It was. It
I
was.
also saw it as well. There's a lot of fan service, a lot of nods, some sweet tie-in stuff potentially.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Like it was a fucking cool episode. It was a cool surprise guest. Like
Yeah.
that was really cool. It was an awesome episode. It was really sweet.
So how's
Yeah.
Borat 2?
Borat
Talk to
2,
me about Borat.
it was kind of funny. It's
Did you like the first one?
I wouldn't say I was the biggest fan. It's that cringe humor, but like he
Like,
fucking
so
roasts
that's the
people.
thing. Like, I really like. To be fair, I haven't seen the first one in.
Oh, I haven't seen
Almost
the first one
came
since the
out,
game
like,
since it came out.
So I'm sure it probably doesn't hold up all that well. But like, just the way he took the piss out of everybody in the first one, and like I used to watch the Ali G show,
Yeah. He was
20
fucking
years
great.
ago at
Like
this point.
fooling people in their interviews and fucking like
Yeah, with all the different characters that he
roasting their asses.
was awesome. So seeing him in the original Borat, and honestly, that scene where they're chasing each other through the hotel and the convention, like that is honestly one of the. I don't know that I've ever laughed that hard in a movie before, ever, and probably not since then. When he's chasing him with the big dildo in his hand.
There's some
Like,
pretty
it
funny.
honestly was pretty funny. But like I said, I don't know how that holds up because it's been a long time. So I'm like, my wife, not a fan of Borat, so like,
No,
I'll
my
have to
my
watch
wife.
this
I
one.
started it and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not watching this." I'm like, "God damn it!"
Right. So that would be my boat. So I need to watch this by myself. which I do want to watch it because I've heard depending on your thoughts on the first one, I've heard that you'll probably enjoy
Oh
the
my
second.
god, he really takes the piss out of like Americans like big time. And it's filmed like during the start and like middle of the pandemic. So
Right.
like it was filmed this year and it's like holy shit. Like this stuff was happening. He really roasts some people. Like it's insane how like some people just like roll with what he's like,
Well, I think
he's saying some atrocious stuff. There's one person in the movie who calls him out on his bullshit. But
right.
where most people like, Borat's a fictional character from what
Sure.
What
Kazakhstan.
is it that where he's from? Some
Yeah, it's Kazakhstan, which is actually a real country.
yeah, and
Yep.
he has like made up like laws and how they treat
Oh
people
yeah.
there. It's all fake, right? But then he comes here and like he hates Jews. Like
Gypsies. He's
he's
terrified of
he's
gypsies.
he's racist and
Yeah.
but he's playing on like a bunch of stupid stereotypes and whatnot. And then no one calls him out when he's like at events or places. And it's like, how do you just like not shut this guy down? Like,
So like I think part of it is people don't want to be the person that's the asshole to the foreign person who like where there's a cultural divide,
do
right?
you think that's
So
what
like
it's? But
it's
it's
like that's the only thing I can think of is like here's this guy,
this
he's
one
come to our
woman was like,
country,
no,
we don't want to
dude. Like,
offend him,
one
like
woman shut him
you know,
down a little bit. Like, not
sure,
totally, but like props to her. And
sure.
like she's like no this is not right like but everyone else like didn't quite like because
They
the
all
whole
kind of look with
the,
a sideways glance, like what the hell's
not
with this
even some
guy?
of them didn't some of them were just like they were like said some shit like wow you do not look good on this like you are
Yeah.
like done.
But I mean, so that's just like the first one then. Like
Yeah,
it's the same
so it's
thing,
actually not
like
called Borat 2, it's called Borat subsequent movie film. And
nice.
it's a Prime Video
Yeah, it's on
it's a Prime
Prime.
Video like exclusive, so you got to watch it on Prime Video. Like I lolled, like I laughed out loud a few times. I don't think it's
Yeah.
amazing. Some of the stuff was
No.
like holy shit, like
Yeah,
super cringe.
that's
Um,
exactly what I would
and
expect.
some of it
So
was like really freaking funny. It's like, is this seriously happening? Like, oh my god, like these people exist, and they just don't even catch on to like that. They're just like they're the joke. Like they're like not him being ignorant and stupid and dumb. Like the people he's interacting with, they're the ones that are the fucking joke.
yeah,
I
I
like
mean
ugh.
that character, like that was sort of the whole thing, right? Like with that character was like showing
How
like
ignorant, stupid, and racist and dumb people are.
yeah, pretty much all over the world because like obviously Borat like he used that character because he used to do the Ali G show in Great Britain,
Yeah,
right?
he's had like
Um
what has he
and
got
he
like
would
three or
have like
four or
yeah,
five
he
different
had he
personas.
had he had different personas because like the other one was his character Ali G where he's like this like
He's
total
homie
wannabe
G like
gangster.
white gangster like wannabe
Yo,
gangster.
what's up, my bitches? And like it's his total, and he's got the big
And
chains,
then
and it's like,
he's got what is the other character?
and then he's got
What is
Bruno,
it?
who's
Bruno,
like, yeah, who's the gay
the
like fashion
gay
designer.
hairstylist. Is that what he was?
Yeah. So he has like these different personalities that he portrays, and like and he always gets himself into these
Like
situations
very
with these
uncomfortable
various,
like situations with people and
yeah, and he like pushes it, right? Like that's the whole
but
thing.
he
He
really
pushes
brings the
the
worst out
limits.
of the people. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like wow,
Well, by him
you were
being the worst, like there's an opportunity given, right, to the individual to be like, like you said, there's
yeah. Like that's the funniest
sometimes,
part. Like if I had a guy like this interact with me, I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
right?
I'm like,
So like
that's
that's
not
the thing, right?
acceptable. That's
You
not
have an
right. I'm like,
opportunity to be like, no, no, we don't do that here. Like here,
and no one ever shuts him down.
this is not acceptable here. Like that's that might be okay
They
back where
agree
you
with
are,
him, or they roll with
but
him, or they go even worse than where he's at. And it's like,
yeah,
you're like,
yeah,
what is going on? What is wrong with you people?
yeah.
How do you not know you are fucking just being roasted all the hell up and down, left and right now?
So like there was definitely in the first movie there was
Yeah,
definitely a few
it's
times
more of
where
that.
people
So
tried to
if
like
you obviously
explain like, hey buddy, like that's not what we do, that's not how this works here.
no,
But for the most part it's exactly that. It's a lot of people giving him the sideways like looks going, whoa, this guy's crazy, and then some people totally jumping in and being like, oh, ha ha ha, like, and yeah, like at least part of it has to be that some people don't want to offend the foreigner, and so
Yeah,
they're
because he's
trying to
got
kind of
super
like,
heavy accent.
right, and they think, that he's who he says he is, and they just kind of like, okay, well,
I'm
who am I
surprised he hasn't.
to?
I'm surprised he hasn't been arrested.
It's come close a few
Well, he.
times.
Oh, I don't want to spoil some of this. There's some funny shit that like I don't want to spoil it. But I was like, are you
Right.
fucking kidding me? Like this is
Yeah.
happening right now. That's why I say I'm surprised he hasn't been arrested. The whole premise of the movie is he's
Well, when he filmed the first one, when he essentially quote unquote kidnaps uh Pamela Anderson, like he essentially got arrested like when he filmed that scene because the cops and the security were there and stuff, right? Like I don't know if
I
you remember
don't
that,
remember
but
the
like
first movie at
the
all. But
whole like yeah, the whole at the end of the first movie like accumulated in him essentially becoming obsessed with Pamela Anderson because he saw her in some magazine or whatever,
yeah,
and he tried to get across the United States to like, and yeah, anyways.
in this one he is released from prison because he brought shame to his country. He was
Right.
sentenced to life in prison because of the first movie embarrassed his country. So they give him an opportunity for redemption in this one, and the whole thing is he's supposed to he's supposed to deliver this thing that is so fucking unbelievable to Mike Pence.
Okay.
And due to
Yep.
circumstances, he ends up the plan to save his ass is to give his daughter. Women have like no value in their country, and they have like these crazy
That's
laws, and it's
yeah.
quite ridiculous. And basically, his way out of like getting executed when he comes back home is he's like, okay, I'm gonna give my daughter away to Michael Pence,
Right.
like Vice President Michael Pence, and
Yeah.
he gets pretty freaking close
To doing that.
yeah. And then they have
Yeah.
some, and then there's other politicians that are like, aren't portrayed in the best limelight in shit that
Yeah.
they do in this movie, and like it's funny. I laughed. I don't know if you hate Borat, fuck, you're not gonna like this
Then
movie.
you're not gonna like it. Yeah.
No,
I want to watch it. I'm
it's
curious.
weird, dry, like shock
Yeah.
humor,
Crude.
and
Shock
it's
humor.
basically it's like trap scenes. He's trapping people, and like I said and you said, it's like it's
Yeah.
mind blowing how people just don't go like, hey man, that's not cool here. Like,
It's funny because it's in some ways it's similar humor to like Mr. Bean,
mm-hmm.
where it's that like most of the stuff in Mr. Bean is that like awkward like he's in a situation and nobody's saying anything about it, but you know what I mean, but it's happening. But it's like but the Borat humor is like that, but
Yeah.
with people and crude and yeah, like he's playing off of all the whole idea. Like it's funny when you see Sacha Baron Cohen like not in
Oh,
character.
he's a genius.
He's a super intelligent guy,
He's
and like,
awesome.
and the whole point of all these characters is to show the ridiculous stereotypes and the like just all of that. Like it's
And
the
how
satire
shitty
of,
people are, like taking down politicians for being blatantly racist, or like
yeah, it's all
other
that,
disgusting things that they do, like, or how corrupt
yeah,
they are. Like he uses these weird characters to get strangely
access.
close to politicians and
Oh
people,
yeah,
and make them look
oh
like
yeah,
fucking idiots. Like, and that's the whole point. It's like, see, this is this person's ass on display for you. Like,
yeah,
and he does a brilliant job of just showing you how stupid and dumb and racist or corrupt or whatever that some of these, I wouldn't call them victims because they're just shitty people. For the most of them are. Some of them are unwilling and get are caught in this trap, which
yeah,
might suck if you're just like a nobody. But
yeah.
anyway, it
So,
was all right.
oh,
Dane,
fair enough. That's it. That's a show.
yeah, I think that's episode 279. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Obviously, if you're here live, if you're not here live, if you've listened to this later in podcast form, thank you for your time as well. Obviously, you can keep up with me on the internet, on the Twitters at Rick F, no K, RICF.
You can come bug me on Twitter at Dane Cody at DAYNECODY.
Of course, remember to join the Discord, Geekoholics.com/Discord. That's our forum. That's our chat room. That's our voice chat. That's our LFG. It's everything. It's our subreddit. Do it. Remember to enter the contest, Geekoholics.com/contest. That is obviously our contest link where any contest we're posting you can find. And of course, what was I going to say? You can also watch us live every week. Twitch.tv/Geekoholics every Wednesday around 8:30, plus or minus. Usually 8, closer to 8, but life.
Hey, the last couple weeks it's been a rough life. What can I say?
Yeah, I thought you froze there for a second because you were reading something so intently and you didn't move. And I'm like, oh shit, Dean's computer froze.
No,
Please,
all good.
Please don't freeze.
I had to install some new chipset drivers this last week, so it's.
So I talked about the Discord. I talked about the contest. I talked about the Twitch. I talked about our Twitter handles. Like, follow, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're Geekaholics everywhere. And yeah, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts if you have the opportunity. Ratings help us get discovered by new listeners. And of course, share us with your friends. Post us on the, retweet the social medias. Post us in your other video game Discords. Hey, guys, check out these guys. They're kind of cool. Or I'm a part of this other cool community. Come join it because it's way better than this lame-ass community. You're more than welcome to do that. We appreciate it, That's about it. Dane, you got anything else to add before we're out?
That's it.
Okay. Later. Until next week. Peace.
I'm out.